gonna call a meeting to order at 6:35. If we can just, I'm gonna skip over electing chair and clerk until Amy gets here. Maybe we could go for some quick introductions, because I'm not sure if you guys know each other. So,
I'm Pat Layton. I'm not sure how much background. I live on Honeypot Road. We're a small community. There are 5 of us who live down there, and we do not have fiber optic access to the internet.
and sure,
Yeah, Shardul Parmar. I live on Chamorro Road. When I built my house, there was no broadband on my street, and I think, or at least it stopped right before my address, and then I had to pay Charter to actually bring it the last mile to my house. Even though we have multiple businesses with Charter as a with Charter as our ISP, they still wouldn't cover the cost.
yeah. And everyone, obviously, I'm Alex Marsh, just for the public's sake. I'm the director of Haley Media. And I've been working on this behind the scenes also. And for now, I'm running the meeting. So I might as well just give a little bit of a background on what's going on. So as folks may know, we did a municipal digital equity plan with MBI, or Massachusetts Broadband Institute. Some of the things that came out of that, Charter Spectrum customers are paying on an average of $102 a month for residential internet. There are underserved and unserved areas of town, like Pat Layton's area of town along with Cemetery Road, and there's another house that's somehow off the map, sort of say. And then 25% of the town state that their internet services don't work enough for what they're paying for. So there's a lot of issues going on that. A lot of it stemmed from last spring of 24, 23?
24.
24. Yep, 24. Okay. Where we had our Charter Spectrum renewal license hearing, and even though the select board approved of the license, the directive now is to try to look into making sure these unserved and underserved areas of town are covered. Everything else is pretty much in this one pager that I have for everyone. Does anyone have any questions? Or continue?
Yeah, so just explain the what's BEAD funding? What does that mean?
Yeah, so BEAD funding, or the BEAD challenge, it stands for Broadband Equity Access and Deployment. It's a federal program that what it's going to do is going to hook up the unserved and underserved areas of the whole country. And that was the goal. As you see in here, Shell was a approved bidder, and Hadley was an approved municipality. But that fell through due to lack of funds and lack of resources. We needed an actual detailed plan for MBI. And for South Hadley to do that for us, we needed to finance them. We just didn't have the money at the time to do it. And then for Spectrum to go in and do all of the hookups, it would cost $3 million for everything. In fact, the Honeypot and Cemetery Road areas were the most expensive due to the conditions of the telephone poles. And Verizon.
Is this for fiber or just for the coax?
It was probably going to be for the coax.
So that's not fiber.
Not fiber, no. So, and they said that they weren't going to go for after BEAD funding anyways. Decided to merge with Cox, which the FCC is pushing for right now. And then according to a public records request from someone who's on the town board's cable and broadband committee, Verizon was doing the hookups, supposedly doing the hookups for the unserved, underserved areas. I think they're putting up their own fiber. It's on a spreadsheet. It was publicly available for a public rights request, but I don't know what their next steps are, what they're going to be offering to folks, how much everything's going to cost. But that's
Verizon's going to install fiber in the town.
Just for the unserved. They're going for the BEAD challenge, so the BEAD challenge is only for those unserved and underserved areas.
But
So
do they already have fiber running through that area to get to those houses?
I have no idea, to be perfectly honest. I don't think they got the funding yet. I think there's a little bit of time. There's a few more steps for everyone to go through. It has to go back to the National Telecommunications and Information Administration for approval also. So I don't think nothing's happening now, but I'm not sure what Verizon's doing in terms of putting up anything fiber optic. I know they have their own, I guess from my here, subpar
DSL.
Yeah, DSL or something below broadband. But it's not up to like it's not the good internet.
No, the bandwidth is limited.
Exactly. Yeah, the bandwidth is limited. So that's so I have this one page of notes I was going to bring up today. But I can yield any other questions anyone else has.
I don't know what to ask.
Okay.
So basically, our committee is going to be strategizing on are we at the point where we're choosing to replace Spectrum?
Well, we can't replace Spectrum. So when we renewed with Spectrum, it's a non-exclusive license. So Comcast could come in here, apply for a cable license, and put up their own equipment and compete with Charter. Spectrum, if they really wanted to, they're probably not going to. But this is not a replacement. We can't just kick Charter out without any legitimate reason to do so. Even if we can, but it's not going to be a replacement to Charter in any ways. People want more competition both in town and nationally. So, hey Amy.
Hi.
So, not much is so there's not much we could do about Charter Spectrum being in town, but we could still put up our own fiber optic.
So it's an alternative to Charter.
Exactly, it's going to be an alternative. You're good.
So am I hearing that what we're looking at is for the town to put up its own fiber?
We're pretty much, in a nutshell, we're creating our own internet company.
Okay.
I mean, it's been done before. Shutesbury goes through South Hadley to do their municipal internet. So does other communities in Western Massachusetts. A lot of communities go through Westfield also to do this, but we also already have a relationship with South Hadley anyways. They hook up all of our municipal buildings. Well, the town owns everything. It comes from the fire department, but it's serviced by South Hadley. So we already have this relationship. with
Okay.
them.
In terms of providing fiber optic.
Yes, but to miss the buildings like my building, this building, I'm not sure if they're hooked up fully, but this building, town hall,
Right.
all that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So the idea is that we're going to build off of that
Mm-hmm.
to put up our own fiber optic
Yes.
to those parts of town that don't have.
We're also looking at also looking to try to get it for the whole town also.
All right.
But especially your area
Okay.
of town that doesn't have internet at the moment. So
Because there are towns around here like Leverett, I think, has their own.
Yep, they have their own. They probably, like I said, they probably service with either South Hadley or Westfield. And then the best part is not only you're getting internet, people are going to save some money. Town gets some income too, so it doesn't all go to South Hadley. We keep some of that income.
So do we have a liaison like at Leverett or towns that have done it? I've heard that some of the hill towns have as well, to help us in terms of how to make this real for Hadley.
So I
So, can I jump in?
yeah, go for it.
All right. So I started talking, I'm Amy, by the way, I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm a little late.
No problem.
I started talking to Alex about this a while ago, and I'm gonna, I'll pass you over what I have. And Shardul's online?
He is,
Yes. Okay,
He's
I will
online.
send this to him. This is, a fiber optic, from Long Meadow. This was their report. And they went through and they started interviewing all the different fiber optic, places such as Whip City. They interviewed, the South Hadley, they interviewed all kinds of, companies, and they did a whole report on this. So I thought, well, let's look at what they did, so instead of doing it over again. It's an excellent, excellent report. And why not get faster service cheaper if we
Right.
can, right? And you see a lot of the other towns are all doing it. And it went in to say what town is doing what. It was great. It's like West Springfield and East Long Meadow were with Whip City. And with the South Hadley was Long Meadow and Shutesbury and Leverett. And then there's some others. But I think it's an excellent report. The other thing I made a copy of is municipal fiber task force in Long Meadow. They have a lot of what is fiber, what is broadband, what is an MPL, what are these things? It's frequently asked questions. And I thought it was very good that they did this. It was very helpful for me to understand it a little bit. The thinking on once we start looking at this, the thinking is because they already started doing some of it in the down Route 9. So it's from the municipal end, right? So we had the lines that you just started to talk about. Well, if we can get some of the businesses on board, and we can see if some of once we get this going and we got some of the businesses, it would be a enterprise fund. We would start to build that fund, and then we can add more and add more and keep adding. But you need, as we build it.
Yeah. So one of the things that South Hadley did do for us, they gave us a map of where they would start. I don't have it. I wasn't going to present it today. It was just to get to know everything that's going on, a briefing meeting. But what they did was they put up PSAs, which is I forgot the acronym, but it's pretty much what a PSA is. It's they pretty much map out a certain part of town. They start with that area, and then they go to another area, and so on and so forth. They gave us a good amount of areas that they were going to do, or what they could do. if we decide that visible fibers can be good and feasible. So I will share that for the next meeting.
Nice, nice.
And hopefully I can try. I'll give them a call too. Because I do want to know how much some things are going to cost also.
Mhm.
So
Well, it says, like, so I quickly looked to see just what it cost the resident,
Mhm.
right? And so right now, if I looked, Leverett pays their monthly payment that they'll pay for their internet connection is $74. Shutesbury is $60 for their connection. I don't know what Long Meadow was. This just was able to, I could see this quickly.
I think they're just starting Long Meadow.
So they're not in yet.
No.
So, and I don't know what South Hadley is. So, but
Can I see that for a minute?
go ahead. No. So if you go on to, I went to Long Meadow's site and then it brought me to the, actually to Shield.
Mhm.
And then from there, it says if you're not South Hadley, customer, and it had Leverett and Shutesbury and Long Meadow, it had some of the others. And so I looked to see what they were paying.
All right.
Maybe that doesn't work.
Yep.
Okay. And that was from that was from the Shell website, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're on the shield.org site also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of the fees are on there. Most of the internet by itself is between $66 and $75, and then you can add. I was just looking at it. You can add telephone for roughly $10 more.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a gig speed. It's 1,000.
And just so everyone knows, the town sets the rate. The Shell doesn't set the rate. The town sets the rate.
I don't know, is this how, he said a gig, what does this say? Is that what they have? Is that the same thing? Does it
Yes, that's a
say?
gig.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's a gig.
Yeah,
So yeah, and that's the beauty of it too. The town sets the rate, and the town gets a say in the rate. It's not like Charter Spectrum eking up the price twice a year, or whatever. However often they up their rates.
yeah. One of the things that Shutesbury, I reached out and talked to someone from Shutesbury at their town hall and what they did.
Mhm.
And for installation, so if you are someone that is just, they have it going to the house, right? So the fibers already go into the house. Well, then it was an easy switch, right? No big deal. But if you had to get it from your house to the street and you had to do the fiber, then I think they were doing at one point where it was going to be a flat 200, and any difference the town was going to make up
Right.
and pay for it. So they were trying to make it easy. Now they're a little bit different because the way they're spread out and they're
Yeah.
further, they could be a long driveway. So,
Right.
but anyways, we could do something like that where it is, depending, so we could say, oh, for businesses, they pay for themselves maybe, but for maybe residents to get it from your house to there, this is a flat rate, anything different would be from us. I liked,
Yeah.
I thought that was,
That seems to be workable.
it seemed, like it works for them,
Yeah.
something to look at.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's I could put it here's the agenda here. So I did put on like action items. We could add other action items to this list, but I put like, figure out what businesses are paying for like Charter Spectrum. Did you, Dual or Amy, when you guys went on Shelled, did you guys happen to bump into business rates, or was it just?
I did, I saw them, it was $199 a month for the medium-sized business. I think I don't remember what the small business was, but the medium was $199, and I think $499 was for a large business,
Mhm.
I think.
So I think it'd be a good idea for us to reach out to other businesses in town, see what charters definitely charging them.
Yeah, it'll take me a while to find out what the bank pays. I don't know. Shardul, he probably can tell you right away. Knows
Well,
that.
ours is very different because we have we have telephone, we have internet, and we have television. So it all gets kind of bundled together. I'll have to look to see how it's if it is broken out or not. But and plus our service is pretty large compared to normal business because we have so
Yeah.
much bandwidth going through there at each of the hotels.
Yeah.
I don't know what like a basic, basic what do you call it, service costs for like a minimum for commercial. I'm guessing it's not that different than residential.
Hmm.
But
So
and we have fiber, just so everybody knows. Charter for all of our properties, we have fiber going into our building. Charter
okay.
has fiber in the area. It's not like they don't have fiber. They just don't want to service it. Or
Yeah,
they don't.
they're probably exclusively going on Route 9, then it's what you're saying.
Yeah, I think they have a big node. It's I think it's at the fire station or near the fire station,
Okay.
the public safety complex, and then everything goes. I think they brought it in there first, and then I know it's on East Street somewhere.
Okay. Because I know we have fiber going out of our station to go to Chicopee pretty much, to broadcast out to television. So I think we're on the line somewhere too. But I think we're a separate fiber connection.
And I know that I think like at our hotel at our Homewood, the fire department has an antenna there for a repeater, and I know they brought in fiber for that. So I'm guessing that must be uh, Fiber Spring from South Hadley. That
Yeah.
they must be using that. So they already have the fiber infrastructure, pretty much up and down Route 9 already. Fiber Spring.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. What if they would need to increase that infrastructure to service all the businesses or not.
Yeah, that would be my big question. As soon as we talk to Fiber Spring, is to see can we tap into that? Can we ought to start by tapping into that, or is it something? Is that not a big enough fiber?
So I think there is MBI line that's dark right now. I'm not. I'm just spitballing here. I know there is an MBI line on Route 9. That was in our plan.
Mm-hmm.
That was notated in our plan. Um, the answer is it light? Is there light going through it? Or is it dark right now? I think that's one thing we'll have to figure out. Um, at a future meeting, and just talk to Shell on how we're gonna um put this together, especially on Route 9.
Okay.
So back to the action items here. I'm okay with putting together a Google form, reaching out to businesses, reaching out to the Chamber of Commerce, trying to get some information on what people are paying, so that we have an idea of, because we have residential, which is the 102 on average. We just don't have the businesses what they're paying, whether it's small, medium, or large. So it'd be good to like put together a like a Google form or survey,
Mm-hmm.
get that out there, and then also get out there to just reaffirming the question of how people are doing, how they're liking charter right now.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not, I know I've been hearing a lot of negative feedback for charter internet around town.
Mm-hmm.
But It'd be good to know, get something down, see where people are at, get that temperature, for charge spectrum in town. I know
Okay.
we did one when almost a little after I got here for the renewal hearing. I think in 2023 we did a survey. It's a good idea to do another one for this purpose too. So I could take care of the surveys. Um, who wants to join me in being on the grant subcommittee?
I'm writing a grant.
Yeah, look for grants, write grants, try to get them funding for this project.
Should
Um,
we first reach out to Fiber Spring to see if, I mean, they probably, seeing that they're their municipality, they've done this a few times, they probably have all of the
We could do that.
avenues. I think first, what might be good is let's just sit down with them and
Yeah.
understand what their capabilities are and what their appetite is for all of this, and then, because if they already have a pre-existing structure, they've already done this in two other towns that are right next door to us. So it makes more sense to just sit down, have a meeting with them, and then just go through some of the things that we would want. I think the goal would probably be is that we want, regardless if people are happy or not happy, we want an alternative. It looks like it's already cheaper.
Yeah.
By 30% and if it was fiber, I know that the charter, I think they top out at 400 Mbps or whatever, or based on what I've seen on my speed in my house. But while the fiber is 2.5 times faster than that, so you're getting 2.5 times more bandwidth at a third, 2/3 of the price.
Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. You're absolutely right. It'd be much cheaper than what people are paying right now for internet in town. But then again, we also set the rate too, so it's not like they give us a rate. We're the ones who be setting the rate. Um,
so I think I agree with Shardu. I think that would probably be the first thing I would like to do is meet with the company and they will at least give us some direction. I think that would be great.
okay. Okay. So I guess before we start on I guess the grant subcommittee, I just put it onto the agenda.
That's fine. We'll just keep it going.
Keep it going, but before we do that, we'll pass that over and try to get Sheldon here for more in-depth information.
Yeah.
And then I still like to get a couple surveys out.
Well, it can't hurt to try to start getting that information.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah. That absolutely can't hurt. So, when do you usually have a contact with the company with?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yep.
So, I guess the next thing would be is to figure out when would be a good time to meet, and then maybe you could set up a meeting with them and us.
Absolutely. I guess a question for the rest of the committee too. When it comes to meetings, should we do every week, like twice a month or once a month? I think I put the question in, but just want to get that firm. Should we be doing it as we need it?
I think if you could start to do, you might want to, it depends on how far or how fast we can get going. Like, right, I hate to always just do as needed, because when we try to do as needed, you just don't we don't,
Oh, yeah.
and it's hard to get people. If you can do something regular, then it's easier to plan. I know that, for me, I can't do, like, Mondays sometimes are good, Wednesdays can be good, but I can't, only certain ones, like I
Yeah.
can't do the first and the third Monday, but I can do the second and the fourth Monday.
Okay. Right.
And then the select board meets the first and the third Wednesday, So it could be the second or the fourth Wednesday, or I'm good with other days, Tuesdays, Thursdays, but I think if we could set up something that would be more regular or talk amongst ourselves, it's easier, because sometimes with these small committees, it's hard to get a quorum.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, no, definitely.
I'm pretty flexible.
Okay.
I would prefer to meet regularly, twice a month. It
Mm,
puts the pressure on us to actually have something to meet about.
yeah. So if I guess for now, we could do once a month, but if there's more information, we can try to swing in every meeting.
Okay,
But I'll try to start for once a month, or is that okay with you, or Deal too?
Yeah, once a month or every couple of weeks, that's fine. I think we just want to make sure that we get kind of the critical stuff done fast, like meeting. Let's sit down with this company and go forward, because they might, even before we even do a survey, I would go and reach out to them, because they might have a specific set of questions that we might need to go and ask. So to help build our survey, we meet with them, see what the critical questions that they want us to answer, and then go from there.
I think that, one of the things when I was looking at what is an MPL and all that stuff, it said you have to, one of these, it says, yes, how does a municipality become one? And it said that you need to have two public meetings with positive votes,
Yes.
no less than 2 months apart. And so I guess if you're having something at your, is it gonna be at our town, annual town meeting? Then if it is, we gotta know ahead of time, we gotta get going pretty quickly, because you're gonna wanna put it on the spring town meeting.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you probably read too, you need a municipal light board to operate this type of program.
Right,
It could be, I believe it could be either be elected or it could be appointed.
that says the select board will do that, but it's all at a point after the select board can choose to create a commission.
Mhm.
So the select board creates it.
Yeah.
Will appoint a commission. I guess probably similar to the water sewer, like the select board has appointed themselves as the water and sewer commissioners,
Mhm.
but or they have they have a trust, affordable housing trust, where the planning board's mainly part of
Yeah.
that, right? So the select board would create that, but it could be like this group, or it could be someone else.
Yeah, and
however.
it could be elected too. Like there's other municipalities have elected
Mhm.
boards, so there's definitely it's definitely a conversation to have later on.
No, but you want to have it, so you have to have certain things.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Quick enough so that we can hit town meeting.
Right.
Yeah. But, so the next meeting, I guess we'll just wait to hear what they said. And when you reach out to, South Hadley,
Mhm.
right? And ask them the shield there and what they have available to come talk to us.
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay.
That could be done.
oh, it was the other company, right? I forget what it was, right?
Shell?
Lightspeed,
Shelled.
Shell,
Well,
Lightspeed or something?
it's South Hadley Light
Shield.
and Shield,
Yeah,
sorry.
South Hadley Electric Light Department.
Thank you.
Okay.
So they're part of town of South Hadley.
Right. So would it be possible to meet with them, say, in
That's the
2
one.
Yeah,
weeks,
that's what we're talking about. Yeah.
2 to 3 weeks?
Yeah.
That's Fiber Spring. Fiber Spring is Shield, the same thing, basically. That's what their commercial name for their internet is called, Fiber Spring.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of like Westfield has Whip City.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Let's do it, 2 weeks, right? 2 to 3 weeks, whatever works in terms of the scheduling.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll reach out to them probably tomorrow and get that ball moving. for
Great.
a meeting 2 or 3 weeks out. Any other questions on that? Anyone? No.
No.
All right, we're gonna go to the first part of the agenda and elect a chair and a clerk. So nominations open for chair.
I wouldn't
I
know
could
what.
be, I could be a chair. That's
Okay, so I nominate Shardul for chair.
I second.
All in,
you have to say all in favor, Alex.
We get, well, hold on, we gotta do roll call because it's virtual.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Patrick,
Patrick, yes.
Amy, yes.
Alex, yes.
Ardul, yes.
All right, the show is yours now.
All right.
Now a clerk.
Sounds good. Yeah, let's just let's go sit down with them, and as soon as we can, let me know if you need any help getting in touch with them, and let's get this rolling. I think there's enough sentiment in the town that we need to have better options, and especially if we can save people money, whether it's businesses and the residents. You're talking about, we save $30 a month. That's $360 a year. That's a pretty big savings for most residents.
Yeah.
And better speed and better control, and we're not dealing with, I guess, a company that really is not really part of our community either.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do we need a clerk?
We do need a clerk.
I'll nominate Amy.
Oh, no, unfortunately, I cannot do that. I got too many committees going on right now. And they just would not be done properly, unfortunately.
We should just nominate David since he's not here.
I said that to Alex. I said, if I'm late, do not, because that's what happens with the person that's not here, right? So I already knew that.
No, I was just joking. I think he's got enough on his plate as well.
I nominate Patrick.
I have no idea what to do as clerk, but I'm certainly willing to learn.
Well, you seem qualified then.
Okay,
Perfect.
there we go.
Thank you. Oh, so I'd like to make a motion. Oh, you nominated, I second. Okay, so roll call vote. Patrick,
Yes.
Amy.
Patrick, yes.
Amy, yes.
Alex, yes.
Ardul, yes.
So that's done.
All right. Are those all the positions, Alex?
Yes.
Okay. So do we want to set up the next meeting? So want to schedule that now?
Might as well.
Yeah. What's today? Today's 17th. The first. Do we want to shoot for, because that's the Monday after Thanksgiving, right?
I cannot do the 1st or the 15th.
So
I've already scheduled.
So do we want to do the 8th? That's 3 weeks from now. That gives us plenty of time, because that's basically 2 weeks, because Thanksgiving week is basically not, nothing gets done then anyway.
Right.
I can do it after 6:00.
Yep.
That's fine.
I'll be at a conference in Northampton, so I'll be right down the road, and I don't need to go to your awards night. So
I can do it.
So 6:30 or 7:00?
6:30.
I'm
I'm
good with
just
6.
asking Alex. I don't know if he has enough time to come.
I can do 6:30.
You can do that? Okay.
And Chardil, do we want to set up a meeting at some point? Because I'm gonna be the liaison with for legislate because I know Senator Comerford's office and Rep Gomez's office is also trying to help us out too of this. Which is what this one pager is for. I wrote this for Joe Comerford's office request, and obviously I have contact with Sheld and a lot of other people. So I think I have an offline meeting at some point.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I think we should sit down with them. I don't know if they're in session or not in session, but we should probably try to get them before they go back in session.
I believe they are in session because they've been active on some bills. I've been tracking. So
Okay. Well, let's try to get them probably in the next few weeks, and so we can talk with them. But I do feel like let's go and get the dollars and kind of budgets with South Hadley first, and then we go from there. So we have numbers that we're, because then they can go and put whether it's they probably have the better idea of buckets of money where we can go and get some of these grants, or even if we can get an earmark for small dollars here and there.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, anything is better than nothing at this rate. So okay, I don't have anything else.
That's it.
It's that motion to adjourn.
Second,
Second.
I agree. Let's
Roll
adjourn.
call vote. Alex,
Yes.
Amy,
yes.
Pat,
Patrick?
yes.
Cardillo, yes. All right.